started making this tick spray because my husband was almost unalived by a tick that bit him and carried the babesiosis disease that can cause your red blood cell to be attacked by the bacteria what the tick makes. So let's make this tick spray. Hello my friends, welcome to another video. Today we are going to make tick repellent. I am going to show you how I make this amazing tick repellent spray because it is going to be tick season in my area very soon as it's fully summer. We're gonna be in the tick season. So I'm going to show you exactly how to make this. This is very effective, very efficient, and it's economical and it's easy to make, but it works like a charm. I'm going to show you how to use it. You just spray your entire self from head to foot all over you whenever you are going outside in an area where you have ticks, or if you know that you're just going to go hiking and you're not sure there are going to be ticks there. Spray that all over you and you will be good to go. So let me show you the ingredients how to make this. The first ingredients that you're going to need is some baking soda, just any baking soda. The next ingredient you're going to need is some rubbing alcohol. I like to use the 70% isopropyl alcohol. You can use the 50% one if you don't have the 70% one. They work good. They both work well, but a 70% one, I find it tends to last longer on you, like the scent. So I use a 70% one. The next ingredients that you want to have is some citronella oil and I use a combination of 5 different essential oils. These essential oils, they work amazing for me. The first one is patchouli, whatever you want to call it, patchouli, cedarwood, sandalwood, teakwood, and cypress. Now you don't have to use all 5, but I find all 5 work great. You can use 3 if you want, or you can use 2 if you want, but then you just have to add more drops into it. But me, I use all these ones. I use all 5 plus the citronella. Okay, but I've used 3 before and they work. It works good. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to pour your rubbing alcohol into this out of this little cup, and then you want to add the baking soda to it. And I already did mine because I don't want it to like be fuzzy and stuff like that, so I already did mine. So you want to pour it in there. The next thing you want to do is add all your oils. As you can see, I already add my oils in there with a little bit of the alcohol. All right, and you're doing that because you want it to mix up, right? And as you can see, mine is already mixed up. All right, so you just need these 2 things. All right, there. And now I'm using this beaker and I'm going to pour my ingredients in it. Now we also need one more ingredient, which is water, but you have to use distilled water, not tap water. Okay, because if you use tap water and you have this like for a long period of time, it's gonna be kind of smelly. Okay, so make sure you use distilled water. I'm gonna get my distilled water, but I'm gonna show you 2 ways that you can make this, with distilled water and without distilled water. So let me get my distilled water. So the next ingredient is actually distilled water, but because I'm making it 2 ways, I'm adding this distilled water to show you guys. So you want to have your container and you're gonna pour it in. What is in there? Something. Oh, that's some baking soda that did not dissolve. Let's get it there. Okay. So this is your baking soda there, and you can see it makes a little. It settles in the bottom. So I'm just gonna mix it up a bit, just to give it a good mix, like this. I'm gonna add it in here. Then I'm gonna add my essential oils with my alcohol, as I mentioned to you all, and I'm gonna give it a good mix. And the reason why you're adding the baking soda is to keep it together, to keep the mixture together. All right. Now that you add this, you are going to add your rubbing. Oops. This is the top. This fell in. You're gonna add your rubbing alcohol like this. Okay. And you are gonna give it a good stir. Okay. There. So rubbing alcohol, and there, you are done. This is the first way you can make it, just with alcohol, and you are done. So let's pour this one in a jar. Okay, just like that. Okay, so you could make it this way, just like this. And as you can see, it's completely like mixed when you add the alcohol with the essential oils and the baking soda. So it's mixed like that, and it's gonna stay mixed up like that. It's not gonna separate. That's why you wanna add the baking soda to it, okay? So that's the first way to make it. The second way to make it is adding water, okay? So now you can add some water to it, okay? Add some water. And again, you stir that up with the water, and we are going to pour it in there. And there. Okay, so this one is with the water and this one is without. These two are with water and this one is without. Okay, so y'all, this is the 2 ways how you can make your tick repellent spray, and this works awesome. All you need to do is, like I said, you just need to spray yourself from head to toe. Okay, spray yourself from head to toe, your legs, your arms. See, you just spray yourself like this. When you're going outside, make sure you get your neck area, make sure you get your feet area. If you have like any part of your legs are going to be exposed or something like that, make sure you have these things like well sprayed. But it's good to just spray your entire clothing so they don't come on you. And this smells amazing, guys. The smell is amazing. It smells amazing. Now the purpose of this is to repel the ticks. It's to make them don't like the smell. The smell of this repels them, so they will not come near you. They don't want to bite you. They do not want to latch onto you. Now, one of the main reasons that I make tick repellent spray every year, it's because my husband was bitten by a tick years back and he almost died. This tick carried a bacteria called babiosis, which mimics malaria. So what happens is the tick bites you, and then it puts the bacteria in your bloodstream. And then the bacteria attacks your red blood cells, and it makes you produce less blood cells. And of course, it sends you into like shock because your body is no longer making the amount of red blood cells that it should. It attacks your red blood cell, and then it causes you to have an infection. And so this is what happens to us, and I can tell you the entire story, how it happened and everything like that. But yes, that's what happened to my husband. He was bitten by a tick, and the tick, we was on vacation and we were out in the outdoors hiking and camping and stuff like that, and we never knew about this specific tick that carry babiosis. We knew about the regular tick that carry Lyme disease, but we didn't know about this tick that carry this babiosis. And my husband was like losing weight and all that stuff. Like in 1 week, he was like a different person. So anyways, they keep giving him medication for malaria, but he didn't have malaria, and it was not in a country, we didn't travel anywhere that we have malaria. So guys, I'm gonna give a full video about this tick and how you guys should be aware of that, because even when my husband was at the hospital, they were not aware of this tick until we find an article about this tick, and then the doctors look it up and they realize, hey, this is what he has. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna do a video about this tick story if you guys want to hear it. If you want to hear the entire story of the tick and how my husband's life was saved, comment in the bottom and I'll tell the entire story about the tick story. But this is how I come to start making these tick sprays for us. Okay, so I made 3 this time, and we're all gonna have one, a lot of them. Okay, and I still have some more in here. I'm gonna put it in a bigger spray bottle, and then I'm just gonna refill these ones when we need it, because we're outdoor people and we like to be outdoors, but we're not taking any chances because of our experience with this tick. So guys, I hope you make this tick repellent spray. It works like a charm. We've been using it ever since we have this scare, you know, with this tick, and so I make it. So here it is, guys. I hope you go out there and you make some for yourself. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.